Good morning, crime community. I'm here to read the last chapter of Patriotism Unhinged by James Manning. Mr. Manning was talking with Mr. Files yesterday. They were talking about the assassination of Che Guevara. And we're just going to say what James Manning's conclusion of his book says. This work culminates over 55 years of my research, investigation, and analysis of the John F. Kennedy assassination. I believe it will stand the test of time. The government agencies have done their best to hide any evidence contrary to the Alice in Wonderland adventure they contrived some 60 years ago. The JFK execution was limited to a small rogue group in what was otherwise a patriotic, well-intentioned organization of thousands of hardworking individuals who were unaware of the treachery of a few at the top. That goes for the FBI as well as the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The concept I find puzzling is that at this moment in history, all of the conspirators are dead and gone now, and it's time to settle the killer question responsibly. I am calling for a public referendum on a new and final congressional investigation to air the dirty acts of men long gone to exonerate Oswald. Any serious individuals who have spent time on this conundrum for decades agree to two facts. One, Lee Harvey Oswald was, as he said, a patsy. Two, Oswald was a scapegoat patsy for the CIA, FBI, the DCI, and the JCS to serve their quondam decision to sentence JFK and his brother to death for treason and no congressional oversight. All records of Oswald's interrogation carried out by the police Dallas and the Secret Service were subsequently destroyed without a trace. Anything or anyone that conflicted with the Warren Committee report, work of fiction, no longer exists except for the documents saved by the assassination plotters, which I have felt beholden to reproduce in this book. NARA worked with the agencies to jointly review the remaining redactions of 3,648 JFK documents in compliance with President Biden's directive. On June 2023, NARA posted 2,672 documents containing newly released information. History will prove that American transparency and the rule of law work in a democracy. No one is above the law, nor the president, nor those who work for him, who we pay with our taxes dollars. Amid the hundreds of books and millions of words written on the JFK, I have heard the phrase, but somebody would have talked. Well, somebody did, but nobody listened. Robert Turnbull Crowley, the Crow, saw himself and other wolves involved in the plots as patriots. The Crow didn't confess he was proud of his work. He was sad when his friends at Langley did not keep in touch with his retirement. I ask that you consider these 5 thoughts. 1, if you know of more than 20 plus people knew of the assassination in advance and tried to stop it, it must be a conspiracy. 2, if you want that more than 20 professional hitmen were either filmed or arrested in Daley Plaza on November 2063, it must be a conspiracy. 3, if over 50 witnesses died in very suspicious ways before they could testify their knowledge of the assassination in court, it must be a conspiracy. 4, if a top-ranking CIA official would turn over his notes, files, and letters and top-secret material to a writer to tell the truth after his death, it must be a conspiracy. 5, if the intelligence agencies buy up all the printed books to prevent reprints of the last piece of the conundrum from being published, it must be a conspiracy. What do you believe? Please leave your comments and suggestions below. Together, we can prevent that history from repeating itself. There's a picture of Mr. Manning, and we're just going to talk a minute. about these two books here. Mr. Manning's been talking with Mr. Files. Yesterday they were talking about Che Guevara and how the government unalived Che Guevara. It's all in Mr. Files' book, or you can look at Jim's last stream and they're talking about it. And you know what thing I want to talk about next? Who Joe West was. I cannot confirm nor deny that he was related to Jolly West, but Joe West becomes the first president to take the assassination of President John F. Kennedy to court since Jim Garrison. So we want to read about that. And these two guys, you know what they did yesterday on their stream? They mentioned this guy here in this book. I won't even talk about this. It's too controversial at this time. I'm hoping that these two guys will talk about this guy so then I don't have to, and then maybe I can follow up on what they say. Since they're willing to talk about this, I'm waiting for them to talk about it, okay? So if there's any truth or justice or integrity or honesty between us and the people I'm reading about, please share them, subscribe, and have a nice day.